Who are you?
Whoever you want me to be.
Don't say I never gave you anything.
It's feeling epic.
3 words. 8 letters.
I remember everything.
Hello, and welcome to a very special episode of Previously on Teen TV. I'm Jillian Benani with a solo breaking news pod. I feel like Peyton Sawyer podcasting alone in my bedroom right now. Unless you have been living under a rock, you saw that we had some big news drop on Friday. It was announced that a One Tree Hill sequel series is in development at Netflix with Sophia and Hilarie Burton reprising their roles as Brooke Davis and Peyton Sawyer, and they're executive producing with Danielle Harris. And according to Deadline's report, the sequel will pick up 20 years after the original, centered on Peyton and Brooke's lives as parents to teens, quote, facing challenges not unfamiliar to what they tackled in the original series, like love, insecurities, and grief. Now, I know we all have a lot of thoughts on this. I have a lot of thoughts on this, so I had to come on here and talk about it. I posted a video on Friday about the news, just kind of saying, what was announced. And boy, people really showed up in the comments. There is a lot of mixed reviews and a lot of mixed feelings. Some people are really not happy about this. There were a lot of comments saying that they need to leave One Tree Hill alone and it won't be the same as the original. And look, as an OGer to One Tree Hill, I get that feeling. We love this show. We love how it ended. Everything really wrapped up in a tight bow. And in the finale, too, they even jumped ahead, so we saw them with older kids. But I think one thing to remember is that we need to view this as something separate. It is a sequel series. We can still love the original series, and we shouldn't view this as tarnishing that. I think we just need to view it as a separate thing. And I think we're in good hands with Sophia and Hilarie. These two love these characters just as much as we do, if not more. They recently, are rewatching the series on the podcast. So I feel like they've studied it. They know it. And I just think it's important to remember they've played these characters. They created them. They've been inside their heads. Like, they love them. They want to protect them and their stories just as much as we do. And I personally think it's nice that the girls are in charge after everything that they went through with that horrible, awful man. I am here for them reclaiming the show. And we need to remember that filming this show for them was not always a positive experience, and it seemed like hell at times. I can understand why they would want another chance to play these characters in a more positive environment where they actually have control. I think that also goes to show how much they do love these characters and love the show. They continue to play them even though they hated their boss and hated the circumstances that they were under. So we know that they care about these characters and this show for everything that they've been through. And Brooke and Peyton as characters are a big reason why I fell in love with this show. When I was 14 and I started watching this, I wanted to be like them. I thought they were so cool. So no matter what, I'm just excited that we're at least going to get them reprising their characters. And I will say 2 of the main characters in a sequel series like this is not bad. I mean, we could be getting a sequel series with just like Clay and Quinn or something like that. Like, nobody wants that. We're at least getting 2 out of the main 5 for sure. I just really believe that Sophia and Hilarie will not mess with the integrity of the show. It was also announced that the show will be in the hands of a new writer and executive producer, Becky Hartman Edwards, who's worked on some of my favorite shows, including Parenthood, American Dreams. If you haven't watched American Dreams, what are you doing? Buy that DVD set. It's only like 2 seasons, but such a good show. And most recently, she's done Firefly Lane. I just think we're in good hands with this girl. I mean, she knows what she's doing. She knows how to run a show. Again, I love that we have another woman in charge. I mean, we are just completely flipping the table from these horrible, awful men. I also saw that there's a lot of comments. People are worried about the other cast members not returning since we didn't get any other cast announcements. And Deadline is reporting that Chad Michael Murray has no plans to return for the follow-up. I think we can all agree that's not that surprising. Chad has not come on the Drama Queens podcast at all. It feels like he more would not want to revisit this character. But honestly, never say never. Like, we don't know. We don't know if there was a full offer on the table for him or if somebody just kind of randomly asked him about it and his PR team said, nope, he doesn't plan to return right now. We just don't know what could end up happening. I know people are also worried about James and Joy not returning when Nathan and Haley, at least to me, were probably the biggest part of the show. But again, it seems like this sequel series is in very early stages of development and we just don't know what could happen. You know, these people could get that money offer and change their minds. I would. Who knows? Maybe they want to see what the fans are thinking. Maybe they want to see what reception is like. I just think let's not give up on other cast members not returning to this sequel series because we just don't know at this point. And it seems like Sophia and Hilarie have invited everybody to be on it. I saw a couple comments on Instagram where they said everybody's invited. So let's just wait and see what happens. A lot of this stuff is a back and forth with agents and lawyers. So we just don't know. At least we do know that multiple cast members commented on Hilarie's post expressing their interest to reprise their roles. So, you know, we could at least be getting some Tyler Hilton, Brian Greenberg, Jana Kramer. Like, at least that's better than nothing. But I get it. I want the 5 original to be together. Do I think we'll get that? No. I really cannot imagine that Chad Michael Murray and Sophia Bush will work together again. But we don't know, and we don't know what could happen. And I just believe that, again, we're in good hands with Hilarie and Sophia. I don't think that they would kill off Lucas Scott. There's just no way that they would do that and ruin an endgame. So let's just see what they have in mind. Let's put a little faith in these girls. I am, at least. All in all, we just gotta wait and see what happens with this. In the comment section of her Instagram post, Sophia Bush revealed that it took 3 years for this to get leaked. So I guess we are actually very good at waiting, which I found this really interesting. So it seems like this has been in the works for a long time. I'm also curious about who leaked this. You know, it sounds like it definitely could be one of them or someone on their team or somebody else. I don't know. But I feel like this cast has known about this for a while. I don't think that this is a surprise to Joy, to James, to Chad. I think that they knew that this was all in the works. You know, overall, we're all scared, excited, throwing up, and don't know how to feel. But I think we're in good hands. And despite some of the reviews and mixed feelings, I think we'll all be watching. That's all I've got for now. We'll be back later this week with a full episode with Claire about the Summer I Turned Pretty filming and season 3 predictions. So look out for that on Friday. And be sure to follow us wherever you listen to podcasts. Rate us 5 stars. And follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at previously on _Teen TV. Thanks for listening.